Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, which is Omkar in Lithuania. It's been such a long time before I was making another video. Have been here and there. The weather has been changed drastically. It's snowing out here in Vilnius. But today the video is completely different. I've been here in Lithuania for quite a long time. I have my own experiences. I have my own practices. I know how things work. I know how things actually work in my favor. But how does it feels like when you are new in Lithuania? How does it feels like when it's the beginner luck, when you actually come from your home country to a completely new different country? So today what we are planning is to basically call out a person who has came to Vilnius in just past 1 month, who has been here for just 1 month now. He's doing his bachelor's studies and we really want to understand how his experience looks like. How was the travel for him? How did he find Vilnius? How easily did he adapt to the entire Vilnius city and Lithuania as a country? What are the good things that he thought that Lithuania is the best country for him to choose, and what are the things that he regret? So we're gonna talk about all the pros, we're gonna talk about all the cons. So it's all gonna be his experience, and his all gonna be his entire understanding that why did he choose it, and why did he just thought that let's leave my home country and just go to Lithuania and study and maybe make a future out of it. So without further ado, I would say grab your pencil and pen, because you're gonna get a lot of information to note it down, and then let me introduce you to our guest and to my friend in a minute. So hi Ravi, welcome to our channel, which is Omkar in Lithuania, and thank you so much for giving your time and your feedbacks. So I would really love if you can introduce yourself, and then maybe we can talk about your experience and things about how did you find Lithuania and all and everything.
So I'm Ravi Joshi from Uttarakhand in India, and right now in Vilnius, Lithuania. Started doing my bachelor's in mechatronics and robotics. It is a good experience to be here, and it's good to be on this channel and sharing these things for you guys, and let's see how it's going to help you.
Thank you so much for your introduction. So it's pretty simple. We're gonna talk about your experience. This whole channel is not about some VFX effects, the editing. It's gonna be very simple. We're gonna give them the kind of information that they want to know, because not boasting it in a different way, but I have seen a lot of channels which have the kind of videos very lengthy but information very short. So that's what we are trying to eliminate in this channel, and we're gonna speak about your journal experience and the other stuff. So I just really wanted to start with one simple question that I asked to everyone. So there's so much countries across the globe, so why does you thought of Lithuania, and why was the Lithuania number one choice for you?
Well, if you go around the world and look on the countries most famous, maybe people go to US or Canada. Even I was thinking the same, but when it comes to budget and the quality education, is the perfect mix of everything. It's good of both the worlds right here.
Okay, so in general, so for example, in my case, I was actually trying to go to Germany, but then I was doing research, and Lithuania got into my budget and all. Did you do any sort of prior homework or something, or it's all of a sudden Lithuania pops up in your mind?
Well, to be honest, I was not at all focused on any European country, most focused to Canada and all. But as soon as I came to know about this, from my friends, they're look for Baltic countries. I'm okay. Then I searched for Germany. I even searched for Latvia, Lithuania, and I'm these countries are affordable. They still have access to Europe. So why not? And as soon as I came to know the perfect mix of my course, my university, then I chose this. So it's not about the country you have to choose. You might have to look for the perfect mix of what you want to study, and if it's available, and if it's a good quality university.
Okay, great. Thanks for sharing this kind of understanding, because a lot of students, which I feel is very confused. A lot of students wants to go to maybe US, and then they see a lot of reels on Instagram which says Canada is about to end. So they're okay, we can't go to Canada. Then they see Lithuania, okay, you don't get job because of the language and all and everything. So it's a mix, but this is the true experience that we actually tell on this channel. So I have a very interesting question, because you told me about your studies and what you're studying. This course in general feels very interesting. Can you just tell me and tell the people what this course is all about, a small brief or something?
Yeah, so I was always interested in building robots. I researched then what's the perfect course for it. It's mechatronics, so which is combining mechanical and electronicals and all. So and this is the most important like thing for me. If I don't get this course, I'm not gonna choose the university whatsoever country. So I was getting good options in a lot of countries, but then the cost goes high. If you go to US, it's just gonna go super high. So if you are actually here to study, then you don't have to look for the job market, because from the day one you have opportunities to actually network and build your projects. I have been here 1 month and already in the university magazine, the photos, because of the hackathons I'm participating. So if you are here to study, no end to what the opportunities are there for you. You have the access to Europe. Come on.
That's amazing. I mean, I've been always saying it that if you have a mindset of coming to a new country and just earning and just sending money home, it does not make sense. At least for people who are doing bachelors, it does not make sense. Masters, I can say, it does make a little sense because they have majorly all the classes in the evening part, so they get free time, and they are those people who basically work from their home country, and they're like, okay, yeah, they have to work and they have to run their families. I just wanted to understand, like, I understand that you told me this previously off camera, that when we talk about courses of mechatronics that you're doing across Europe or maybe in your university, as compared to India, there's like more practical learning. But I also wanted to understand, what is the cost comparison looks like from India to Lithuania and to any other country in general, let's say US, Canada or something like that.
Yeah, while I was doing the research, I'm like, if any STEM course on an average will cost you between, like, for 4 years bachelor's, it will cost you around 80 lakhs, 90 lakhs in Canada. US, it will be more than 1 CR, 1.5 and all for 4 years I'm talking about. But in here in Lithuania, it's barely like under 20 lakh for 4 years. So it's almost equal to doing some bachelor's from a private college in India, unless you get to good colleges like IITs and all. So you have to do from bachelor's from a private college, and you don't have value after that. They're just throwing theories to you and not teaching anything which is actually helpful.
Oh, okay. No, I would definitely want to add up one thing. What I've seen there, in Lithuania, and I'm honestly talking about colleges like Vilnius Tech, VU, KSU, ISM. I've been connected with a lot of students, and they basically say that the kind of efforts the teacher put on their studies, if you are the kind of study guy, you get the kind of same quality in IITs in India.
Yeah.
So I am a master's student, so my study pattern is a little bit different. I cannot 100% accept that fact, but I can't deny at the same times for bachelors as well. So I feel like that's a very solid comparison, that if you want to go abroad and get a good college, and in India, if you're not getting IITs, maybe you can plan for countries like Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia and all other.
At least it's not, let's say worst case scenarios, you are not good at studies, still it's going to give you an exposure. And I have always a long term player. You should always think for, like, maybe if you can come here, you do a lot of jobs and all, you might get some money in short time, but after 4 years you don't build your value. But if you are here, maybe do some basic things if you have to take care of expenses, but study focus if you do some projects, if you talk to your professors, they are very helpful, very, very nice people. And after 4 years, you're gonna have your value, you have your exposure to Europe, maybe you get jobs in Silicon Valley, the road is endless. That's what
that's completely true, and I have seen people doing really great. I've met a lot of people, because at the end it's like that, how much you network, how much you talk to the people and all and everything. Okay, enough of the college and all. I don't want to make
it's not about studies.
Yeah, make people bored out of it. But okay, so how is the process looks like I have already covered like how the entire process was, but how does it looks like for you, because it's completely different for each and every one?
Well, when I was searching, I'm like, okay, let's go through some agent and all, but I did, and the process is like so simple compared to other countries. You don't have to sow huge funds. That's a good thing. You don't have to go through a lot of interviews, just few interviews, basic questions. Even some courses don't even require you to have IELTS, because it's like if you have education in English, you can show your letter of intent, like your MOUs, your method of instruction from your college or school, and you're good to go. It's like that simple.
Okay, great. I mean, so yeah, just to add, so basically colleges provide MOI, which is which actually tells you that a medium of instruction is English, so you don't have to.
Yes.
It actually eliminates the need of IELTS examination or IELTS result. Obviously, there are some universities across Lithuania which are accepting IELTS and Duolingo, as a standard major because they don't want someone who does not even speak English. Lithuanian is a secondary thing, but English is something which is must. And if I may ask, how does the fee structure look like for the university for you?
Well, for STEM courses, it's somewhere between like 4,000 to 5,000 euros, and like that's my fees was exactly 4,200 euros, including everything. It costed me around 44 because there are registration charges initially 100 euros, and there are some application charges. So combine everything, let's say 4,500 euros for just the fees for 1 year. So that's
okay. So it's like 4,200 for 1 year, plus it's like a one-time charge, which is definitely everywhere. Okay. So tell me one thing, like how long was your process? What I mean by that is like, for some people it is taking 2 months, for some people it is taking 30 days. For me eventually was like around 31 days. But how long was yours?
Mine was too long. Like for example, I started my application in May and it took me like more than like 3 months, almost 3 months for the whole process, because sometimes when you apply near the deadline, you have to wait because there are so many applications, and I was so impatient, and I was having September intake. I came here in October 10th and I'm like wow. But at the end of the day, it's worth it.
Yeah, okay. And the best thing about Lithuania, I have found, I have spoken to other people across US, Canada, and other countries, Australia as well. The thing is, like, if you miss deadlines over there, for example, like September intake, they give you a deadline of, let's say, 15 September, and if you don't reach there, it's like that you have to defer for next semester. But I think in Lithuania you get an option. Even I got an option because I came on 16 September and my courses started at 1st of September, so they gave me an option for online classes. And when I came here, it was like so easy for me to not be absent for the exams, and I was able to give the exams. So that's also best part.
Even I got online classes option, and even I got the deadline for 31st October, but I am seeing some students who are coming now and they are welcomed in the university because they took care of the online classes and everything.
It's fairly easy as compared to any other countries.
At least they're flexible.
Yeah, that's the best thing. Okay, just tell me so your process went by, you came to Lithuania. How was like the first glance? Because I think it's your first international travel, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it's my first international travel.
How was Vilnius and Lithuania in general?
Well, I was really skeptical, like how I'm gonna manage, how I'm gonna do everything, but my agent also offered me a buddy plan, and I just took him like my first friend in here, and it might have been more hectic, but thanks to him it was way smoother, to be honest. Like I came here, just took my cab to the dormitory. If you plan everything ahead, it will be smooth. For me, the first day was like I was a little nervous. How will I manage? How will I do? How will I settle down in the dorm? But after a week, it just all like makes sense. But initially, it's overwhelming.
I mean, it's like general. If you even change your cities in India, it's the same experience that you might have. Before we go to some other topics, I just really wanted to ask you one thing, and that is one of the very hot questions that a lot of people have. How is the customs look like, and how is the travel plan looks like?
Well, I also had like doubts, like how I'm gonna answer, but as long as we are confident, it's like basically maybe in one question, what are you studying? That's it. What are you studying? What are you going for? Just basic questions. If you're answering one question confidently, they're not even bombard you with 10 questions. But if you are there hesitating, you forgot your university name, then I don't know, it can be difficult. But they just asked one question: what are you going for? I'm like, studies, which university? Vilnius Tech. It's simple. Like it was that easy for me.
I mean, it's fairly simple as well, because a lot of students definitely get scared about it. But I've been here, I have seen a lot of students, so I don't remember. I just remember that there was like 1 or 2 students, and just because they were not able to answer the basic questions, just because of the hesitation and the kind of nervousness, which is the reason why they were asked a couple of more questions. But I think over and above, it becomes very easy, and it's not that big of a deal.
Just like you said, just like he told me, like as long as you're confident, it's gonna go smooth.
Got it. So yeah, I mean, definitely you have to be confident, because at the end of the day, you are actually flying from your own country and going to a completely new country.
Yeah.
You don't know anyone there, so it's definitely going to be a risk as well. Cool. I mean, that was like really good to hear from your end as well. But tell me, like, you came to Vilnius. Okay, I remember that first day was you went for groceries. We went for groceries. What is the major difference that you see in groceries and all, and how was like it?
Well, as I compare to Indian costs, I was also skeptical, like, oh, it will be expensive. But when I compare to our Indian metro cities, it's almost the same. Like, for a month, I can survive in like 150, 200 euros, everything, if you cook at home, everything. And if you are like eating out and all, still you can survive at 300 just for groceries. Even if you're eating out, I tried like different cafes are cheap. Groceries are super cheap. Like for example, it's almost comparative to Indian rates, like maybe 1.5 times expensive. That's it.
I think the only downside I would say is that because it's one of the countries which has like cold weathers, so you don't find a lot of options for vegetables and people who are vegetarian. And since he's also a vegetarian, so I told him previously as well that there's only one downside, that you don't find a lot of vegetables here, because obviously these people Lithuanians obviously eat a lot of chicken, meat, and all these other things. So there's like a scarcity, I would say. Not scarcity, I would say there's like
it's a job. It's literally like a job. You have to spend hours sometimes just find a good veg option in the supermarket. I literally scan everything. I'm like, oh, it is having beef, it is having pork, this is having chicken. So yeah, that's the hassle.
I think that's the hassle if you look for like veg options. But to your surprise, and to people out there who are willing to come to Lithuania and who are actually vegetarian, I would just wanted to tell you that there are 2 to 3 different stores that are Indian stores, and you can find different like ladyfinger, bottle ground, and some other vegetables. I know it's going to be expensive because they definitely import it, but if you are fond of it, I think you can still manage even buying from them and then managing the entire month's grocery in around 200 to 300 euros.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't even go for that option. If you're coming to a new what I believe that if you're coming to a new nation, you should try to adapt yourself according to the if you're coming to a new country, you have to try to adapt yourself according to the guidelines of that nation. Maybe try some new cuisines. That's what I do. Like I literally try their grains, something new dishes, maybe cook pasta, good qualities. So it's good to change your diet plan for some time. Not totally, you can, but it's not good to be in comfort zone. For example, if you're habitual of eating rajma chawal, you don't want to be cooking that all the time, or just cooking all the Indian foods all the time. It's gonna be hassle for you. So just be ready to be more flexible, adaptable, and you will learn a lot.
But just wanted to add, you can find rajma here in Lithuania in every store, so you don't need to worry about that. But I mean, it's always good to actually, I think that's the whole purpose. When you come outside, if you are not exploring that country, if you're not understanding what is happening there, you are still in India then.
Even while on our ride back from airport to the dorm, we were discussing the same. If you are here, you have air to explore. So you don't have to be like in your comfort zone that I eat this, I will get this. You might get it, but it will be expensive, it will be a hassle. So rather just try new things, talk to new people. Else you are gonna maybe face things like if you are not talking to people, you will be that's another point. I was gonna add, as soon as I came here, I made variety of friends, talk to people are really nice. But if you don't, a hello can change everything. Simple hello, like I have my friends who are like saying hello to random people, and it's fine. It's like out of 10 people, a very nice person will definitely talk to you back. And if you are very introverted, I can understand. I have been introvert myself, right now not so much, but it can be trouble. And as he suggested me, I took those things very seriously. I'm like,
Definitely. I mean, like it's all your experience. I mean, you're spending a lot. You're leaving the comfort of your home country, and if you're coming out, and if you're still not interacting, if you're still on your phone every time, if you're not thinking of people, if you're not thinking of just understanding that, okay, let me just speak with a couple of other people, because see, it's not us as an Indian, or it's not us as an Asian are coming here.
Yeah.
There's people from, you know, other countries like Ukraine, Russia. There are people from, you know, Azerbaijan. There are people from Moscow. There are people from I think Moscow is in Russia. Morocco is what I wanted to say. So yeah, there are bunch of people, and you need to interact.
I do have Moroccan friends, a couple of Ukrainians, and even from India. If you're North, and if you get confined in a circle from everyone from North talking your language, you will never get out of your comfort zone. Even in India, people are coming from some South, some other region, and it's like it's a variety. You get to learn different cultures, adapt to different people, learn about them, and know different people. It's a good experience, to be honest.
Let's jump on some other topics as well, because we don't want to keep it like so lengthy. I don't want people to get bored out of it, because obviously.
What do you think will be helpful for them? Info of the questions you are getting.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would definitely want to discuss about the accommodation part and also the transportation part, because these are some of the very major thing and important things as well. So, you know, I know that you've been into the dormitory. So we are in the same dormitory as well. So you know, you have already listened to my experience. You have already understood about the accommodation part. I've made a separate video out of it, but just to understand from your perspective, you know, because I've been here for 1 year, I have adapted things as you know, my understanding and as per my I would say my needs. But I would just like to understand, because you're coming from your home, you're coming from your comfort of your home, where you have ACs, where you have, you know, shiny washrooms and all and everything. How does the dormitory sounds to you, and how much the accommodations looks like to you?
Well, when I talk about my experience, 1 month experience, first I was coming, I was very, you know, nervous that will the dormitory be good enough, will it be good option, and and even coming here, I'm like, it's totally different. As long as you're choosing a good dorm, which is assigned to the international students, this is like, even I chose a 2 sharing room, then I shifted to a 3 one, and it's good. As long as you manage things, it's get cleaned every week, and it is super affordable. So now I'm enjoying the benefits. Initially I was very skeptical. Oh, will I get this environment? But you have to be ready to get out of comfort zone, and rest, everything will fall into place, like you said.
I mean, I always suggest to a lot of people that, you know, choose dormitories, is because the first thing is that when you arrive here, the thing is, if you go for an apartment, it's always very difficult to manage out things over there. You don't know a lot of different things. But let's say if you are in dormitory, so for example, my dormitory have 10 different groups, 20 to be honest, 10 3 sharing and 10 2 sharings. So you get a lot of people to help as well. Plus, you know, the kind of other benefits, you don't have any utilities in the dormitory. I don't have any utilities, nor do you. It's all included in the rent. And also, if you're looking for an accommodation, so trust me when I say this, I was speaking with one of a Lithuanian person. You know, he's known to me, and we were discussing about accommodation, where dormitory costs you 150 to 200 euros. The accommodation can go up to 600 euros, you know, if you're looking out for a decent accommodation, plus the utilities. So it's really expensive.
Or at least it will be more than double. So at least will be 350, 400 for some of my friends. I have heard of it. And another thing I have heard, that the percentage of people who I have heard from dormitory leaving back to the country is low, because they get a community, they get a lot of people around, and they get a lot of help. But if you're going to an apartment, I have heard one of my friend of my friend, and she literally came back to India in just like 10 days, because it was difficult to adapt with some random strangers, and you don't have much people. You are confined with 4 people in an apartment, and you cannot if some issues, you cannot change the dorm. But in here we have I literally changed. When I came here, I didn't like my room, and the roommate, I changed it, and it's good. There are a lot of flexibility.
Great. I mean, that's all the benefits. So obviously I would not say the apartment is a bad choice, because everything comes with its own perks and own disadvantages.
More privacy. You get separate washroom, you get separate kitchen. So we have to share a kitchen maybe with 10 people, a washroom with 3 to 4 at least people. But in the apartment you have more flexibility. Maybe you're sharing with only 2%, 3%.
Great. Now let's jump up to a very important topic, which is transport in Lithuania, because the thing is, transport is one of the very major important thing that you need to commute from here to there. I have already explained how does the transport looks like, but I really wanted to
from my perspective.
Perspective.
So when I came here, obviously I am super bad with navigation. Even in India, I have to drive somewhere, I have to use the maps and all. Here I was like shocked to see how well connected the transportation system is. Like the buses goes every 5 minutes, 10 minutes to everywhere. You just take your Google map, type in your location, it will show you take this bus and take that bus. I literally learned it in first 2 days. So I was like, and being super bad at navigation, now I'm 1 month, just tell me where to go, I can search it, I know the names of places, I can type it and go by a bus like that, just like that. It's like barely like 7.5 euros per month. Even cheaper if you buy a year subscription, but that I don't advise you like to do that. Even I didn't do. I took a 3-month plan now, but it's good. It's like barely 7.5 euro per month with the app and unlimited. Go to all around Vilnius.
Yeah. So the thing is, the better thing is that so I always advise a lot of different people who come to Lithuania for the first time. So the thing is, like, people come here, they see Volt. It's obviously a cheaper option altogether when you're landing here for the first time. But obviously, if you want to save money over there, you can just simply go to the bus. There's machine over there, just for the information, and you can tap your cards, and it's gonna charge you 1.2 euros, which is like around 120 rupees in INR, and you can travel to approximately anywhere across across the proximity of the buses. So that's also like saving hack that you might use, because obviously you don't want to spend sometimes 14-15 euros for the travel with the cab, but it depends on your convenience as well. So, and buses are like super connected, so you don't have to worry about anything.
I can't imagine like 7.5 euros for the whole month. I was like, in India it's 750 rupees, you cannot travel for whole month. Even if you take auto rickshaws or take buses, still it's gonna be like more expensive. The transportation cheaper than India, more connected. I was really like pleased, like wow, how
and the quality of buses are like amazing. They have new buses, they have trams, and everything is like super clean. You can't see, I mean, obviously there's definitely some of the people who are not well behaved, but it's everywhere. And all the transport and all and everything is like super connected and super clean.
Cycle racks in the buses, heaters, Wi-Fi, like you name it, and like it's like I was like wow, that's a bus. That's not even a bus. Like that is having almost everything for you.
Yeah.
And if you travel, maybe the good thing about coming to this country or any Schengen country for that matter is you get access to all of the Schengen region. So I was about to share the experience of my travel with, like, if you are planning to travel to other countries, maybe 1 or 2 day travel, you get to experience a lot of different varieties. I went to Latvia, and there also, if you are traveling for 1 or 2 days, the transportation is so good. Like the trams, I first time traveled in those trams, the railway tracks, and it was just like 5 euros for the whole day. 5 euro for the whole day travel here, there, unlimited. And like, if you are traveling, that's the best thing for traveling.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I always suggest you the public transport because it's cheaper and it's more convenient as well. Because, and I always, it has been my habit that I say that, do not drive when you come here, because the thing is, there's very different rule. And trust me when I say this, when you go for driving license, they have a booklet which is like this much, pages are there in that booklet, and they take their driving license test very seriously, and it's all across Europe. And it's one of the very major thing, because they don't want anybody to get injured or have accident. And trust me when I say this, in like 1 year of duration, 1.5 year of duration, I have seen like a couple of accidents. That's it, where we see a couple of accidents daily on Indian tracks and things like that. But yeah, public transport is like the best thing. Any specific experiences that you might want to share before we end up the video? In general, like, how was your full experience? Maybe like a summary of it or something like it.
Well, don't think too much. If you just go and talk to people, things will be sorted. So if you have any doubts, any questions, going and saying oh hi can really change your life, and it has for me. Even 1 month, right now, if I talk being networked with a lot of people from even not from this country, maybe from out of this country, from Latvia, working on projects. So when I see people who are not doing it, I only see one difference: they are too hesitant. So just don't be. You have to get out of your comfort zone. That's all of my core. That's what I believe in. That's what I have always felt, and that has worked out well for me.
And I mean, it's simple that if you don't talk to anyone, you'll not learn new things. It's like the very basic thing. Even when you start your schooling, you've been told to actually speak and understand. And it was a really pleasure to understand your experience and to understand how
Likewise,
things went.
it's good to talk to you always.
Went with you, and I believe that people would be able to get a good idea about the country. And obviously it's like your beginner's experience and my experience, it differs a lot because, as I mentioned, I have to mold things my ways, and since you cannot mold it right now because you're just new, so you have to actually adapt to the things and maybe get a clearer idea.
Yeah.
And once again, thank you so much for joining and giving your feedbacks and all.
Okay.
So yeah, that was Ravi. He's doing his bachelor's and he has his own experience, his own story to tell. I believe you must have got a little bit of understanding, because eventually, as I mentioned, my experience is completely different, the other person's experience is completely different, and I hope you get some value from these videos that I've been trying to bring out to you. And I've been trying my level best to give you the kind of information that you require. But if there's anything that is missing, if there's anything that you really want to speak about, that you really want to know about, please feel free to DM me. I think I have replied to all the DMs, all the comments. I do it very regularly because that's the whole purpose. I don't want you to don't get the information that you require. And with that being said, I would appreciate if just tell me your comments, your feedbacks, if you like it, if you didn't like it, what are the things that are missing, because this is not my forte, to be honest, and I'm just wanted to grow and wanted to give you the kind of idea that you're looking out for. And with that being said, please drop a like, please drop a comment. You can follow me on Instagram, which is Omkar in Lithuania. Following days, the Christmas will be there, the tree lighting will be there. I would try to cover in the terms of reels and shorts where you can get an idea how does the tree lighting works, how does Vilnius looks like in Christmas. Trust me, it's one of the prettiest things that you will ever see across Europe. And it was a pleasure having some person sharing his experience. And with that being said, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.